what's up, students? It's Mr. Ezzy again with another social emotional lesson. I hope you students are doing exceptionally well. Hope you all enjoyed your spring break. I'm excited to be before you all again. I've been itching to get in front of this camera to be able to add more lessons into your life. But today, like every other time that I'm before you, I have a very special topic that I want to share with you today. And today we're going to be talking about it's worth the wait. Again, it's worth the wait. Trust me, students, everything and anything that you desire to have in life is worth the wait. The time in between where you are now and what you desire to have and who you desire to be is worth the wait. And that season is very important for you to be successful. Before I get into all those enlightening points, let's get right into my book. As he says, as is for the students I serve, we're going to be on page 175 under the section that says, is it worth the while? I know I said, is it worth the wait? But the segment here is it worth the while or is it worth the wait? Let's go ahead and read. Anything worth having is worth the wait. While you wait, serve, grow, and mature, and time will seem like it's going fast. But if you wait around and do nothing while you wait, time will seem like it's going slow. Make the best use of your time and be productive while you wait. Because the worth you build while maximizing your time waiting will benefit you when your waiting time is up. See, students, it's very important that you understand the beauty of waiting. Many of us, we go through seasons where we're impatient, where we're impulsive, and our desires for a thing is greater than our discipline for that thing. See, students, it's very important that you understand the difference between desire and discipline. Desire is zeal. Desire is ambition. But the goal is to examine, am I disciplined enough, dedicated enough, to go through the full duration to be developed into the person to be able to manage the thing that I desire to have. But let's go ahead and break down, because I have a lot of points that I wrote in my book that I want to make sure I amplify or expound upon to kind of give you insight about the beauty of waiting. Let's get right to the first sentence and we'll break down some other points as we go through. Anything worth having, students, is worth the wait. There's a big difference between things that's worth having and the things that are worthless to have. There are a lot of things in this life that students and parents and adults are pursuing, but it's not worth having. There are certain people that's not worth having in your life. There are certain habits that's not worth having in your life. There's a lot of things in life that's not worth having in your life. They are worthless to have. And that's why it's very important for you to know your worth. Because when you know your worth, you'll know what's worth having. Those who view themselves as worthless will go and pursue things that's worthless to have. But those who know their true value, know their true worth, will only pursue and are willing to wait for those things that are worth having. My question to you students is, do you know the difference between what's worthy of having and what's worthless to have? Anything worth having is worth the wait. While you wait, serve, grow, and mature, and time will seem like it's going fast. But if you wait around and do nothing while you wait, time will seem like it's going slow. Let's break that down. But before I get into that, let's talk about the word wait. Waiting on something to have in life can seem aggravating. And I understand because as we mature in life, we begin to look at certain things in their greater sense. We begin to look at it at its most valuable peak. But we forget that anything worth having at a certain peak, you have to climb. It's difficult when you're at the valley of a thing that you desire to have, when you're at the valley of something that seems far up to achieve, but the climb is what makes what you're pursuing worth having. And when you just sit down and you wait, and you look at your time and you watch your time versus working your time, you will find yourself becoming impatient and impulsive and end up settling for something far less than your value. That's the tactic of certain things in society. They will advertise it as something worth having now, but will not give you the descriptive things you need to do in discipline form to actually be the person to manage it. See, it's pointless to pursue a thing and then grab a hold of that thing, but only have that thing for a short period of time. If it's worth having, it's worth the wait, because in the waiting waiting season, or as I wait for that thing, I now become to be the person that's able to manage it. Life is about managing things. Life is not just about grabbing or grasping or going after things. Life is about managing them. But there's a thing that I want you to think about in regards to the word wait. When you look at the word wait, yeah, it means waiting for something, but look at the word wait as a waitress or as a waiter. That the more I serve my time, and the more I serve the purpose of that time, and the more I engage for the purpose of that time, the more I become useful and able to manage it, whatever it is that I desire to have. It says while you wait, serve, grow, and mature. And time will seem like it's going fast. But if you wait around and do nothing while you wait, time will seem like it's going slow. Trust me, students. Time goes only as fast as your engagement of it. And what I mean by that, normally when I just watch time and look at time, time seems like it's ticking very slowly. But when I maximize that time and I serve that time and I grow in that time and I engage in that time, all of a sudden time goes by fast. It's like in the classroom. When you're sitting there waiting for class to be over, that 20 minutes seems like 20 hours. But when you're doing activities, when you're having fun, when you're engaging with the curriculum, that time goes by fast. Look at recess. Why does math class or reading class seem like it's taking forever? But as soon as you go outside and play, or the moment you go out there and do something that you enjoy, time goes by fast. Your perspective of the time will determine the pace of that time. Your perspective and your purpose for that time will determine that time's pace. It will seem like it's going faster when you understand the purpose of that time. But if you don't know the purpose of that time, and that time is just ticking, and you just watching that time versus working that time, then you'll feel like you're wasting away as time is going forward. Let's keep going. Make the best use of your time and be productive while you wait. Because the worth you build while maximizing your time waiting will benefit you when your waiting time is up. Students, that's very important. Make the best use of your time. Time is a blessing. There are people right now who do not have time. They've clocked out. They're not here anymore. And I'm sure there are certain people on the opposite side of time, or at the end of their time, or going through the consequences of them not making the best use of their time, will tell you, I wish I would have took my time. See, when you take your time instead of rushing your time, what you benefit or reap from that time is more valuable. Let's keep going. It says, make the best use of your time. I love that, your time. Each and every one of us share the same 24 hours, but our 24 hours are uniquely tailored to us. Because it's our life. Your time equals your life. And when you understand that every second is valuable, I mean, you will take every second and won't take it for granted. That's why I look at every time as valuable, because even though you and I share the same 24 hours, if we have a different perspective and a different productivity within that time, I can actually gain more out of that time than others, or vice versa. That's why I look at time as my life. What am I doing with my time? Because what I'm doing with my time is what I'm doing with my life. And right now, you have to look at your time in life and say, is what I'm doing now going to add value in the next hour? Because the good thing about time is separated into increments. You have years, you have months, you have weeks, you have days, you have hours, you have minutes, and you have seconds. Grace has been given to us in that format, so that we don't have to be or chew or look at a year like, man, it's so long. You can actually chew off your year 1 second, 1 minute at a time. That as I shorten my time into minutes, into seconds, and have yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals, when I have those goals, if I have yearly goals, then I'll maximize my months. When I have monthly goals, I'll maximize my weeks. When I have weekly goals, I'll maximize my days. When I have daily goals, I'll maximize my hours. When I have hourly goals, I'll maximize my minutes. You see what I'm saying? And when you understand that time can be broken down into small chunks, then you will have chunks of time that you're able to manage and be successful from. I'm telling you, do not waste your time. It's okay for recreation. It's okay for fun, but make sure your fun don't leave you done at the end of your life. That you had all this fun, but you have nothing to show for it. Make the best use of your time and be productive while you wait. Because the worth you build while maximizing your time waiting will benefit you when your waiting time is up. Let's break that sentence down one more time. It says, because the worth you build while maximizing your time waiting will benefit you when your waiting time is. I'm telling you, what you do in the meantime will determine the worth or the value that you add to the valuable place you desire to be. See, life is about adding value. And the value that you gain from your time will determine the value you add. Like if I work and I work out and I work my mind, I work my body and I work my purpose and I work it and I maximize my time, I put the practice in, I put the work in, then when it's time for me to do the work, when it's time for me to engage the time that I've been waiting for, then I have actually been made up as far as weight to balance the weight. See, you have to understand that you are valuable. There's a difference between your value and the value you add. Hear me, students, parents, adults, everyone listening. There's a difference between your value and the value add. All of us are valuable, equally valuable. Every one of us were made with dignity and worth. We are all valuable. But the value that we add is not equal. We're all equal in value. I'm not better than you, you're not better than me. But the value that we add or offer is different. That's why you have to say, okay, what am I doing with my time? Because with this time, I want to pour my value, my worth, my dignity, who I am. I want to pour that into my time so that as I engage that time and I discipline my time and I make the best use of my time, that I'm actually going to set myself up to increase the ability or to increase the actual value that I can add in life. And that life lesson alone will change the scope of your life. While everybody else is wasting their time, they're using their value in valueless things. They're pouring their worth, their value, their time, their mind, their energy, their unique value into worthless things. But you being smart and using your value and pouring it into your time, pouring it into your craft, pouring it into your purpose, then about time y'all both get to a certain pinnacle in life, you will see the difference. It's better for you to maximize your time now, and while they're wasting their time now, then when it's time for opportunity, you will be the one that's picked. I know it sucks watching everybody else having fun, but what's fun? What's truly fun? Fun is purpose. Fun is fulfillment. Fun is being 25 and being alive. Fun is being 30 and not being in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Fun is being 35 and actually thrive. That's what fun is. Fun is not wasting my time now, and then about time you get 25, about time you get 30, about time you get 40, you live with more resentment and regret than you do rejoicing in revenue streams. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that picked on me in high school, picked on me in college, but when you compare our lives right now, I'm not more valuable to them, but my value that I offer is more than them because I made the best use of my time. I made my time valuable. See, in the waiting period, if you change that waiting into working, in that working period, you actually become the weight that equals the weight that you desire to lift one day. Everything you desire to have has a unique weight to it. It's unfortunate how people go after things that are below their weight or don't equal their weight or is heavier than what they are. See, when I engage my time and I work my time, I build muscle. I build muscle memory. I build muscle in my body. I build values. I build maturity. And then next thing I know, when it's time for me to be on the seesaw of that thing, on the balance of that thing, I'm actually that thing's equal weight. So now when it comes to my marriage, I've maximized my singleness. So now that I'm actually able to balance the weight of marriage, that when it comes to my purpose in ministry and business, entrepreneurial endeavors, what I've done in my time is now putting me into a place where I now balance the weight of that thing. But imagine me trying to get on a thing and then that thing flings me off because it was heavier than me. What's happening to many people, they try to jump on a thing and think, okay, oh, now it's time for me to go and do this. And then when that thing drops on that seesaw, it flings you off of life. You see what I'm saying? Or if you try to get on worthless things, things that are below your weight, the thing flies off because there's no balance. The goal is balance. Am I the same weight for the thing that I desire to lift? Because there's a bunch of people trying to lift marriage, trying to lift the business, trying to lift entrepreneurship, trying to lift careers, but they don't have the strength to lift it. I'm telling you, what you do during this time will determine if you're able to lift it later. I'm telling you, students, your time is valuable. Let's see what else I have here. I got some points here. Don't watch your time, work your time. I also put here your value and the value of the thing are different. We already talked about that. What else do I have here? Quickly, what to do with your time, and I'm out y'all's way. T-I-M-E. What you should be doing with your time right now, students. Number one, you should be thankful for your time. That's T. Be thankful for your time. There's a lot of people who don't have the time that you have. There's some people who don't have the youth that you have. You got to be thankful for your time because time is a gift. I need to identify your time. What should I be doing with this time? Is it time to play video games? Is it time to do this? Is it time to do that? Or is it time to actually hone in on my vocabulary, to hone in on my reading? Because if I plan to lead, I have to plan to read. If I plan to be successful and manage money, I got to understand and know money now. After you be thankful for your time and identify your time, you have to maximize your time. Because Thanksgiving leads you to clarity. Clarity leads for you to identify. Identify leads for you to actually have the compassion and the will to actually maximize your time. And once you have maximized your time, the beautiful thing about it, you get to enjoy your time. What you should be doing with your time is very priceless. It's very valuable. When you're thankful for it and you identify it and you're clear about it, you're able to maximize it. And when you maximize it, you're then able to enjoy it. Students, I hope this lesson was very impactful for you. Man, I know it was dense. I know it had layers to it. But I pray it was a blessing for you. The activity that I have for you is very simple. What I want you to do is to separate, the worksheet we have, it will separate from end time and mean time. The first question is end time. What would you, in time, as far as what you would like to have in time, what would you like to have or who would you like to be? In the meantime, I want you to write down what must you do to actually have, or what must you do what must you do in order to manage that time? So I want you to work on the activity in time. What would you like to have in time? What you should do in the meantime? And I might have someone that worksheet because I haven't worked on it yet, but I had the questions here. I want you to think about what your goals is, what your goals are yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly, down to the minutes and the seconds, because that will help you chew your years in increment. It will help you chew your years in incremental. It will help you chew your years in small pieces. I love y'all. I'll see you students very soon. I hope this was a blessing to you. If you have any questions, let me know. See you soon.